All right, so yeah, it's a silver crow's nest, right? It's a little hard to see on the How Bazaar website here, but this is a gold or a bronze, kind of brownish looking bar of gold. So this must be a silver crow's nest. It would be spectacular if we got the upgrade out of this. And so it's like one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. What is that, like a 15% chance to get the upgrade? 18% chance. Might be better than the 2 experience points guaranteed from the Revenant. And it's gold. Fuck. And it's gold.
I failed the coral.
At least you get one shot. You get one shot for pulling that nonsense on us. I should have just gone with my brain. Not good at math, but sometimes my brain works okay.
I'm a people person.
Alright, just up to the items now. If it's not something we have on board, we probably just don't even really want it at this point. We're going to have to get something enchanted, something diamond to be really interested, and it's just going to be something to say replace star chart. And so not a ton of opportunities for upgrades here. Definitely go to the large shop though. Iceberg is one of those things that's kind of interesting. I think we just kill the opponent fast enough anyways to not worry about these freezes coming in. Wonder if Iceberg would have countered the Beast of Burden. The opponent tries to 12x multicast you with Beast of Burden and you just freeze it for 12 seconds. That might have been a thing. Guess we'll never know. So we'll skip that. No crow's nest in these. Keep on moving.
Be there long after you are gone, and so will I.
All right.
I may be young for a captain, but I've seen my
Me and Patrick Mahomes used to be neighbors and best friends. I'm surprised they didn't invite me to the gang, hang out in the booth with them, hang out with Brittany and Taylor up in the box. We allegedly used to be neighbors, and by neighbors I mean we lived in the same neighborhood, maybe. The place I used to get my hair cut, the beauticians were gossiping, and they were saying that they didn't directly see the people at the gas station would see Patrick Mahomes come in and fuel up his truck, and by that, those people at the gas station said the general vicinity of where he lived, which was also the general vicinity of where I lived. It was before, but it was when he was like in his first year. It wasn't billionaire Patty Mahomes. It was on rookie contract Patty Mahomes before he got the Head and Shoulders, before he got all the endorsements, and so it wasn't obscene to live in the same neighborhood. But that's the way that rumors don't get started, right? How did you hear this? The beautician heard it from the guy at the gas station that he may or may not live in this general area. I mean, that sounds pretty legit to me. I don't know what I'm saying. This is definitely legit. Let's call up TMZ and let them know. Let's see, what are we going to do here? Probably just want to take the upgrade. I'm not amped about upgrading Crow's Nest this way. It's actually maybe like a little bit more tempting to just go ahead and upgrade Silencer, because we're getting to the point where we're just not going to be finding bronze silencers with much frequency anymore. Like, I'm happy with the gold star chart Captain's Wheel. The upgrades there aren't that big. The upgrade on star chart is actually very similar to the upgrade on Silencer. But yeah, I would like to still be able to find these. Like, it's not an item I really want to just sell. What's our crit at? Well, all right. Let's upgrade the Crow's Nest. That's going to get us like right at 100%. It's at 99, I believe.
Inspire the crew.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Now, again, not going to go to the weapon shop. We need no weapons the rest of the game. We can take the boost. Going to go with the heal. Or, I'm sorry, the hit points. I don't think the 25 damage is a big deal, but getting a little bit of survivability could be good. And then we'll just start fighting the big boys out here. Should be a fairly easy takedown. Caltrop's just a non-issue for us. He can't destroy our Lang Zang, so we should be in pretty good shape. Got that big crit. No charge because life is hard. There it is.
Is that even a battle? Maybe a skirmish.
Caltrops, you're not doing it for us today. So what's up next? Probably just go to the aerodrome, start looking for skills. Could try. I'm tempted to go to small item shop and try and find a silencer. But yeah, as you look at these, it's like all silvers, nothing. Gold, gold, silver. It's going to be so challenging to actually upgrade this thing. It's tempting to just sell off and replace it with something else. 15% cooldown.
I'm Quicksilver, master merchant or something.
Definitely want the upgrade to the wanted poster. So we don't gain a ton out of adding Vanessa's amulet in. It's tempting to go ahead and take. I know I've talked about it in a previous video. I'm really like big on Vanessa's amulet. Last patch that'll carry on into this patch, right? It's a 1 hex item for 30% crit, to where Crow's Nest is a 3 hex item for 60%. But if you find some kind of scaling crit, right? If you've got that ability that gives you 2% for every fight that you get into, like it's very easy to get max crit with just the amulet, and then you've got 2 slots left over. And so I don't think it's going to happen here. We could, find that skill that gives you 5% crit and lifesteal if you only have 1 item, but I like to call that one out when it turns up. Dock lines we're never coming back to. Chimera, a little interesting. Let's take Chimera. I'm pretty tempted to replace this silencer. Not before the next fight, but before the next battle we get into where we can find a small item.
Go ahead, underestimate me. It makes this more fun.
Are you sure? Have you noticed I'm huge?
All right, up against Crook Bro. He's got a bunch of scary stuff out here. Looks like he's already done some losing. At least that heavy Langzang, or that heavy Ataladdle's not landing on our Langzang, thanks to the Radiant. Beautiful. All right, getting close to the end. So, Diamond Skills, what you got for us? There's a big one that you can get turning up in here. Now, they have put a bunch of garbage shit in the Diamond tier skills now. I don't know what the change was between, like, the last patch and this one, but the last patch had a very kind of specific set of items that you can find, and that's not really the case anymore. I saw a picture on Reddit of a guy getting the 10 gold skill offered up in Diamond. And so it probably needs curated a little bit. The thing that I was really looking for in here was on the last patch, Vanessa had one that when your opponent got knocked to half health, all of your items got their cooldowns reduced by half. Kind of like what we were looking to do out of Bloodhound. It works spectacularly with the Langzang as well. If we're going to get that one hit in, then drop our opponent to half, then it drops to 3-second cooldown hasted, so then we need like 1.5, 2 seconds to get that second hit in. Very, very powerful. That's what we're looking for here. I forgot that the diamond items got kind of messed up this patch. Yeah, here we go. Get that diamond red envelope out here. That's what the that's what the people are looking for. But oh, this is just garbage now, isn't it? Your weapons have 3 damage for each ammo, so literal do nothing, 10 gold, or sick burn. Oh, Jesus Christ. I guess we're probably just got to dodge this thing unless we need to high roll. I guess this is it. We're just taking the 10 gold, huh? Fuck me. Like, our gold isn't that high. We're not at infinite gold at this point. I was considering just taking sick burn. Because if something happens, right? If we get fiery on our star chart or some shit, then sick burn at least does something, where 10 gold probably doesn't do much ever. But, man, that's so dumb. All right, we'll hit the aquatic shop, see if we get any upgrades. Nothing turns up. Bummer. 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 What do we got next? Non-weapon items. No upgrades. All right, well, get that big wanted poster. Take them 3 EXPs if we can take down a win. What's up here? Lord Arkan? We can take all these down. I don't think any of these are going to be giving us real problems. All right. Boomed them. So So what do we got here? Gold tier loots or ammo. Take those loots, see if the feathers turn up. Oh, we got a shield thing. Fuck. I sold off our Chimera. I guess that's not how you find a new silencer. And the small item shop just turned up. We should have sold our silencer. Let's sell it now. God, ambergris is so expensive for being so bad. Alright, whatever. We'll just take it. Just make sure we don't get completely left out here. Missed on that stack. Alright, up next. Take on the large items. Try and find that crow's nest. Nothing on the first one. Nothing on the second.
Tiny Andy says I need to close the deal.
What happened to the crit on our Langzang? Why is it not at 99 anymore? Silencer doesn't give crit. What happened? Oh, dumb thing out here is getting the crit. The stupid ass item we decided we needed to that we needed to put on the board. All right, now we're back up to 99. This is still all okay, right? We'll be putting hastes on ambergris. I guess that's fine. Don't care about the star chart. Okay.
My fight isn't with you.
Whew.
If you insist.
Dumb shit. What do we got here? Square pig. Big shot number 1. Need another big shot before the buckler gets to hit. Things landed in the right order for us. Good stuff. There was a bit of a gap, right, between the scarf giving the shield and then the spiky shield getting the hit in, and we crashed right in between it. I planned it that way. That's the way the pros do it. So good stuff there. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty tempted to just pass on the upgrades. We don't need the crow's nest upgrade. The captain's wheel's keeping the Langzang loaded up the whole time. We're going to get like 5% bonuses off the star chart. Let's just take the skills.
I will not train you to kill. I will train you to live.
Aquatic cooldown. Not worried about the crit. Let's take a roll. None of those were too relevant. When you burn, do stuff. When your opponent has more health than you, your weapons have their cooldown reduced by 10. It's got to be better than just a flat 40 damage. At least help us get that first attack off faster or something. All right, skills again. Don't really need Oceanic Rush. I guess the stupid ass ambergris that we picked up is actually a touch of a problem, potentially missing from the captain's wheel. Let's take a roll, see if we find a more relevant one though. Lefty Lucy's probably it. Don't really need the haste, but that's okay. Let's go to the poison shop, see if we get a small item. Sell this dumbass thing off we got. Jellyfish is, well, it's aquatic, but... God damn it. I really zinged us with this stuff. I guess catfish is probably at least better than ambergris. Takes some advantage of these hastes that we're passing out. I always feel like I'm making such a big brain move when I when I go for the silencer cell this late in the game, and I'd really just rather have it back with the never upgrade to it. Okay. So here, I think we'll just go to the Awakened District for the experience points. I do like fighting Boss Harrow. He has that skill to where when you use a non-weapon item, it gains slow. And I think we ought to be able to get something out of that. But the experience points on this are so big. And we're only got like the 10% chance to hit that skill. I'm just going for the guaranteed stuff at this point. Alright, haste and charge skills though. What you got for me? Other broken mechanics? None of these are really doing anything. Bold Under Pressure could give us more haste, but we're not really hurting for haste. We're looking for charge stuff out here. Haste or freeze on the opponent's fine. When you slow haste a vehicle, we'll just take the freeze.
How thin the barrier really is.
Alright, what's up next? Risk some coin, get some EXPs. What's up next? Upgrade an item. Okay.
That's a
We
fun
could have just
place.
spent all these upgraded items on that silencer, and it wouldn't have been a problem anymore.
Gold's no good if you don't.
We wouldn't have worried about finding another one. We would have just had the upgrades. Is right? I thought this was. Oh, I guess it was at like a 6-second cooldown when we had our silencer out here, a 6.7 or something. Now it's at
You should know,
7.2.
I'm a bit of a legend on Pelago.
Trying to big brain it a little too hard. What you doing, Dooley? A lot of multicasting out here. So much for doing anything, bro. waiting 7 seconds to do anything is just a little bit too slow. You also had glass cannon out here, so we got to deal double damage. LOL.
I am the last daughter of House Cosita.
Appreciate it.
My
Oh,
father
I didn't realize that was the last one. It's like we had a glass cannon flamethrower build, and one of the reels that I posted, I had to do 3 final battles to get to one that I could finally win. It was 2 weapon opponents, and they both smashed me, and then I played against an opponent trying to poison, and just fucking nuked him with that double barrel when glass cannon didn't do anything. But nice, good stuff. Spiked us a nice little 10 winner here. I feel like that was a pretty good day with the Lang Zang, and it turned out nicely as our first video on this patch. And so, yeah, you know, again, I think the Lang Zang has that opportunity to be fairly strong within this patch. The scaling on it was changed. So it used to be, I believe, 25, 50, 75, 100, and then that was flattened out to 40, 60, 80, 100. And so instead of, I should say it hits these scaling breakpoints faster before it gets up to that 100 and should just scale out more the rest of the game. And then also, given that the kind of general strategy within this patch is to go to literally every single monster fight that you encounter, and probably like 75% of the experience point things that you encounter, you just have a lot of opportunities to upgrade this thing. Just naturally how you want to be playing the game. And so I think this might be a decent patch for it. Played out nicely here. We did make some mistakes along the way, but I think it turned out okay. Still not sure how I feel about the things like that silencer cell, but otherwise I think this managed to be fine. I liked a lot of the things that we approached here, getting things like Oceanic Rush to immediately haste the Captain's Wheel, which would then almost immediately haste our Radiant Lang Zang. Always just a very powerful start with these things that we have going on here. I wish we could have popped off a little bit more with things like the Bloodhound. That is the way I really like to approach these Lang Zang style builds, as to where we expect this 4K crit to not immediately kill the opponent, but we have some other charge effect happened after the fact that would then give us a second attack quicker and then get a takedown from there. And so we mentioned, Bloodhound should have been good, seems to be bugged. There was that diamond skill that we mentioned, that when your opponent's under half health, all your items get 50% cooldown. Those all do the same kind of thing, right? We hit with our first Lang Zang at like the 4-second mark, then we hit like 2 seconds later to get the KO and take our opponent down. But yeah, otherwise good stuff. Pretty good run. Got the 10 wins. Can't complain about that. So that's going to do it for us today. So I had fun with that. Hope you did too. Am I losing it? What do we say? Have fun. Enjoy yourselves. Thanks for watching. It was something like that. See you now. Hey everybody, it's Bust with Battles with Bust number 664. Today we're doing battle with Vanessa. And so we're back to the lands of bronze. The ranked reset has happened. Our legend token is gone, but excited to get ourselves climbing back up there. And so yeah, we're on the new patch, the Beast of Burden patch. But this video is created after Beast of Burden is hot fixed out, and then the Claws of Bananable, or whatever they're called, right? The early game claw thing that dealt damage based on its shield accidentally scaled infinitely, and so that was removed as well. And so my kind of take on this patch before the Beast of Burden came out and started really throwing down with everyone is a lot of the items have been kind of flattened out in terms of what their damage output is. I think that that Tempo is probably making an effort to make weapon-based damage more relevant, as it was just very easy to scale all the other things, but weapon scaling wasn't that great. And so what it seems to be like is the patch should be a little bit slower. We're getting to a space to where the battles don't just end in 3 seconds, and then you don't also have to deal with 1,500 poison by the time the sandstorm hits. And so they're trying to find that sweet spot in the middle to where the battles feel interesting and things don't pop off so quickly. And so what I think we're going to see across the course of these games is scaling is important. Every build needs to have some kind of scaling to it, but a lot of the items do accidentally deal a lot more base damage now. And so we'll see how this plays out. If there's some builds that just like immediately pop off as too strong because the weapon damage is like rescaled. Like if you look at grenade on day one here at the start of the game would just deal 100 damage, which is feels like a bit much for a day one type item, but I think they're trending in the right direction. But with that out of the way, Lang Zang is one of the items that I'm actually pretty interested in trying out with this patch. They've changed the scaling on the win a combat thing. It used to be, I believe, 25, 50, 75, 100, and now it just starts at a base 60. I think it goes 60, 80, 100, 120, and so or I'm sorry, it would be 40, 60, 80, and 100. And so it scales up much, much, much faster as you get this. In the past, it would only go up 50. Now it's up 60. As we very quickly get a gold upgrade on it, it's going to be at 80 instead of 75. And so I'm curious to take it, see how this battle goes. I'm a little interested in something like Star Chart. Star Chart's so good on Vanessa. Just to set on the bench and come in and collect the docks bonus. Let you go to the docks and get 5 gold, 1 experience point. But I'm really interested in trying Lang Zang this patch. I think Lang Zang sniper rifle should both be pretty good. But the early game has not changed. We're going to do the double experience point thing on the first sets of battles. Let's fight the banana bulls, see if we can't get a duct tape out of this as something we'll at least put on the board. But no, we want to take the first 2 experience points and then shop wherever we can. Ideally, the shop is at the third hour. If it's not, just is what it is. So yeah, the old Lang Zang. I as we were playing the Beast of Burden patch, I don't know if you got to play against the Beast of Burden at all, but I felt like the Lang Zang was one of the kind of few counters that Vanessa had to it. I think that Vanessa was very interested in either Lang Zang or sniper rifle, something that would let you one hit Pygmalion before the Beast of Burden popped off. And then it was also interesting with Chimeras, as the opponents typically only had one item. They had the Beast of Burden on board and no other activatables. The Chimera was quite good at putting the slow on the Beast of Burden. But thankfully we don't have to deal with that. I'm glad that we get to make a relevant video here. But moving forward, love to hit the Lost Crate, get the experience point and the 2 gold, give us a little bit of extra money before we go into this shop on the last hour of the day. Looks like medium items are going to be the only choice that we have here. Life Preserver should be quite good. It's a very, very strong early game item. I don't hate Shark Claws. It just doesn't combo with Lang Zang, right? Just Shark Claws with a bunch of other weapons would be good. This would just kind of give us a good day one build all on its own, but it's just going to do literally nothing with our friend Lang Zang here, so I'm just going to skip past that. Should be able to use Barrel, though. This was nerfed since the previous patch. It's now when you use an adjacent non-weapon item, it gains 10 shield. It used to look at the whole board. The base shield is up, but the activation is also up as well. But it should be a decent item here.
I think you're really gonna
with this Lang Zang start. And then also I'm kind of interested in Harpoon. I don't think we're ever going to have a reasonable duct tape build together. Let's just take the Harpoon and see if we can't build it up. All right, Pip, what you got for us? Not a great set. I'm a little tempted to take the 10 gold. It's just like left-handed and right-handed are such a weak bonus on Lang Zang, since you win a boss fight and you get 60 damage compared to spending an entire skill on 20 damage. But we don't have the money to roll, and I don't think we're going to be burning this game. And so we might find ourselves potentially switching away from weapons that aren't Lang Zang, right? I don't want to be all in on day one with the Lang Zang because that was just the first item we took. But so much of your early game is tied into this thing that you tend to just kind of find yourself, at least in the early game, going for single item type builds. But it pivots out into a lot of things. Pivot into sniper rifle, pivot into submarine, pivot into flagship. If Cutlass turns up, you can do stuff with that. Cutlass is very interesting with the change to burn in this patch, to where it burns for 10% of the item damage instead of a flat rate. And so I suspect we're going to be doing a lot of work with this Lang Zang, but there's definitely some pivots that could turn up. All right, both of us got our life preserver. The opponent's doesn't entirely matter, right? It says 600 heal, but they only had like 300 health, so they didn't get that full amount back. Very easily got the takedown there. Whew. Good stuff. Good stuff. Got a victory. Let's just call it a day. And so we'll continue to level up here. We don't have a ton of money. Don't really want to go to shops until after the PvE round. Looks like I got an experience point followed by an experience point. Very easy take here. Let's see what opponents turn up. And so I'm very interested in Giant Mosquito as we, continue down this avenue of single item builds. Rush is exceptionally strong, putting Rush on the Lang Zang, getting that first hit in very quickly. The things like Insect Wing, not as powerful, but cooldown reduction on a 10-second cooldown item is a pretty big deal. Let's see if we get that good stuff. It's going to be a Proboscis, I can already tell. I feel it. Oh, Wing, okay. Alright, and then with the items, I don't really want any more weapons. I'm going to skip past that. The loot items aren't that spectacular either. Again, kind of like with the... I lost my train of thought. But no, we don't want shaped stones. Kind of like earlier when we picked up the left-handed for the 20 damage. Just getting a plus 9 damage shaping stone doesn't do a ton here. It's not to say they're worthless, like especially if you pick up sniper rifle and get to really level up the damages with the multiplier, but not something I'm hugely interested in. Now here, not a super strong set. I usually love Kev's Armory, but we just don't have the money to spend there. I'm just going to take the spare change for the money. Within the next set, again, we don't really have any money, so we'll just take the experience point. We did manage to pick up that star chart off the items, though, so if the docks turn up, we get that good that good round to get that experience point.
I may be young for a captain, but I've seen my share of storms.
Ooh, all right, though. Yeah, look at this. Everybody's just got the bronze icons. Feels weird. Feels wrong, man. I wanted everyone to know how special and amazing I was at the World of the Bazaar, and my my icon's been taken. But that is very positive with this patch to me. It feels like, at least like once you got the legend, the game really kind of devolved into that 10 wins or nothing kind of mindset. Since that was how... Oh, did we life preserver out of this? Oh, tie. Okay. I thought that we were immediately dead, but I forgot about the life preserver, and then I thought we were just going to sneak in a win right at the end. It was a tie, but we'll take it. But no, it always felt like, since the MMR system was kind of busted, that it was either a 10-win run or nothing, and I'm glad to see that, as you are back on the climb, that 7-win mark actually feels like the win, because that's what it takes to get the 2 bars on the level up path to legend. And so I forgot about that. It'd been so long since we had to do that kind of grinding, and it definitely feels good when it feels like a win at 7. But all right, what do we got with this stuff? The regen I do like, but only 3 regen is fairly meh. Don't really want to be trying to snatch up ammo items at this point. So let's just take the chocolate bars. It's an easy one, right? All right, up next, what do you got? Looking like medium items here. We can at least spend the money on this. Maybe we'll spike that Lang Zang upgrade. How sick would that be? But no, we'll take the wanted poster. The experience points that come out of that are spectacular. Upgrading barrel seems pretty good as well. Not going to roll, though. The chances of hitting something are decent, but we don't have that much space on our board. I guess we will level up soon, but... All right, fine. It's like if something too expensive turns up like the double barrel, right, we run into that space to where we can't purchase it, but I guess we can get shark claws. It doesn't combo with the barrel, which is a bit of a bummer, but maybe we just leave it at home and try and put the what you called? We'll put the harpoon in. All right, within this set, I'm a little worried about our ability to beat an eccentric etherite. It's just as we don't deal damage quickly, they're able to build up that shield and get into big damage bursts with the with the force field, and so I think we'll struggle to beat that one. We should be able to beat the rogue scrapper though. The apprentice was also kind of scary. He gets that burn damage in pretty quick. And the way that I think the battle would go would be like he would burn both of his items, and then we would drop a Lang Zang hit in, and then his ability would kick off, and he'd get to use both his items again. I think it would have been an actual struggle there, and so this seemed like the most reasonable one. We did get that that crit in for good measure. I wasn't planning on that, but glad to see it happen. And now we'll take this upgrade to Star Chart. Keeping this cooldown reduction on Lang Zang is pretty decent.
Now this will inspire the crew.
All right, what's up next, though? We could look at silver items, but just I don't have much money. I have a hard time turning down an experience point. Then up next, we can look at the small items. Definitely want to find something like Silencer. It's not a terrible Finn's Big Bite to bonus shield, but like I don't think we'll keep this barrel life preserver for that long. Right? We want to get a crow's nest out here, and if we're going to have crow's nest and Star Chart and then 3 hexes after that, it just doesn't leave much space for life preservers and barrels, and so I don't think the upgrade there is super worth. Alright, bunch of garbage with the first set though. A bunch of stupid aquatic items. Okay. Silencer turns up though. Can't hate on that. And then I'll go ahead and pick up the cannonball. I don't necessarily think that we want it at the moment, but it's not useless, right? We can pull out barrel since it's going to slow down in usefulness. We could say put in harpoon. Harpoon's probably actually quite relevant against a Pygmalion here, so we'll keep it on board. Let's go ahead and go ahead and use this insect wing. Get that CDR on the Lang Zang. Shit. Oh, that was a bummer. I was getting ready to talk about the silencer as well, but we should have pulled our cooldown reduction before we dropped that percentage on the Lang Zang. But with this, how do we want to do it? The thing I wanted to mention with the silencer is it doesn't have to be right next to the Lang Zang. It has to be right next to it on the right to get that 10 bonus, but that cooldown can happen anywhere. So if we want to, say, put the silencer way out here to the left, and then maybe put, say, like a swashbuckle to the right of the Lang Zang, it'll still get the cooldown reduction. It just won't get the bonus damage, but that 10 bonus damage isn't super important. We really care about that that cooldown reduction for the most part with the silencer. And so if we were getting into awkward positioning with the Star Chart, we still could have had something pretty useful with that silencer giving the CDR to us. A little bit of a whoopsies with that feather though. you can't be perfect. Alright, up against Pygmalion. I'm pretty certain Boomerang is just super overtuned. I'm not quite certain why opponent has it on board now, but just monster fights are so easy to win that just getting a guaranteed monster item each monster fight round is kind of bonkers. Didn't get it though. We need to get that crit coming in on the Lang Zang. That was a pretty weak opponent that we were fighting there. Now, granted, 3 of our items didn't do anything against that guy, right? You weren't blowing up any bees. We weren't blowing up any multicast heals with our harpoon. He was a square pig, but still felt pretty weak to me. All right, what are we doing in this next set, though? I think I just want to keep our cash and go to the chocolate bar shop. So let's add that in. See if we can't get a bit more of a relevant shop later. We could look at ammo items and try and upgrade the harpoon. Yeah, we'll just take the shop. Whatever sells items is fine. Sniper rifle turns up, though. These early enough to potentially pivot away from the Lang Zang into the sniper rifle, right? We've only spent 1 item on the Lang Zang. It's not like we've made a huge investment in it and need to get rid of it now. And so that seems fine. Not opposed to dock lines. Probably just better than harpoon. Gotta sell some stuff if we want to get the dock lines purchased. All right. Let's snatch it up. Our board's a little awkward now with this cannonball out here, but we shouldn't struggle with this round. Now with these, not a lot of crazy stuff within these bosses, Ganjo, golf clubs, and the dervish. We'll just fight the dervish, try and pick up some cooldown reduction out of here, maybe get the crit thing off of the Kenai. I think these gold bars were upgraded as well to where they sell for a shitload of money now. I know the diamond gold bar sells for 40, and so got some potential to get some big money out of this round as well. If we got to purchase like a silver crow's nest or something, we need the dollars for that. Nope, the dumb one, just a shoe blade. Alright, what have we got in these skills? Looking to crit. Right eye is fine. Your rightmost item has 16%. We'll just rearrange so that the Lang Zang's getting that bonus. Now we have to go to aquatic items, I think. How much can we sell if we need to? I guess we can get kind of close to 12. Is that crow's nest? Fuck. I saw the big item turn up, and I was really feeling hyped that we could get that. It just didn't work out. But Captain's Wheel's kind of interesting. If we get crow's nest on board, using Captain's Wheel to funnel hastes into Lang Zang isn't the worst thing that we could be doing. Need one more cell to get to it. And then we'll have to stop there. Don't have the money to roll. Alright, one last place. I guess we'll just take the income. Always feels so bad picking up income. It's such a worthless stat in this game. But we'll make the most of it. Alright, so how are we going to do it? Like this? Get the Captain's Wheel hasting on the Lang Zang and the dock lines. We don't have the silencer onto the Lang Zang for the damage, but it is there for the cooldown reduction. I think that's good. Got the funny weed number on the Lang Zang here. Get us good to go. I think it's still just better than sniper rifle though, right? Sniper rifle's dealing less damage at this point. We've got old Race Carl out here. This is so bad without the crow's nest. Like, we're kind of okay if he takes us down to half health and then we heal it back up with the Lang Zang, but I'm a little worried about our capabilities here without the heal. Looks like it turned out okay. We got the win, right? Alright, so what's up next? Don't have the financials here to fight through this stuff. Or I'm sorry, to spend money on this stuff. We'll pass on the weapon. Alright, up next, looking at the experience point. Again, we don't really have any money. Poor boys out here. We got that extra income, but still feeling like the poor boys. So what's that here? Silver tier weapon. I guess we can take the silver tier weapon. Gives us a chance to hit on Lang Zang, hit on sniper rifle to potentially get that upgrade. Fairly low chance, but better than just the items in general. And then we'll fight the Trash Town Mayor. Sabretooth has a bunch of small item stuff. We're never going to be going down that route. We at least might get a little bit of use out of augmented weaponry. Big crit, feels good. Boomed him. Crit number 2. Spending all our good fortunes on the round we don't need them. Which will be hit shield. All right. Maybe it'll turn out to be relevant at some point. But here, let's go to small items. I'd love to get just literally anything, right? We're not doing jack shit with this empty hex out here, and so I guess lighter does something. It's at least not a weapon, right? Weapons are the worst, and so don't want that. Can pick up cannonball again if we want, but I don't think we'll ever use it. Catfish does essentially the same thing as lighter, but the damage is a bit more relevant. Let's snatch that one up. Right, just lighter is going to that damage is never going to stack to where at least the damage from the pufferfish is going to sit around and stack and deal more and more and more damage. And so I think even with the slower cooldown, it'll deal more at the end of the day. Now let's pick up them EXPs. Get that level up. And so, I mean, this is it, right? This is the make or break moment of this run. Do we want to put the upgrade on Lang Zhang? Or do we want to put the upgrade on Sniper Rifle, right? It's just, the decision has to be made on this upgrade, right? Because if we want to continue to scale the Lang Zhang, we're going to want the more damages coming out of it on that upgrade. But Sniper Rifle does have a lot of potential in the sense that, when it comes in, it's at 360 right now. It's at base 100. It's going to be 120 with the left-handed, and then it's tripling up to 360. If we upgrade it, it'll go to 480, since it'll deal 4x damage instead of 3x, which is lower than the Lang Zhang now. It's just, I guess, when the Sniper Rifle gets to diamond, that's when the conversion would really happen. But I don't know. It just feels like within this patch, we take literally every single opportunity to fight in a monster round. And Lang Zhang is probably just got to deal better with that. All right. Well, I'm doing it.
Ooh, the keener the blade, the quicker the fight.
All right, and up against Vanessa. We'll see. I mean, there can still be an opportunity to find a higher tier sniper rifle or something, and then we'll switch over later on. But I just have a hard time envisioning that now. Dude's got the same build. He's got that little bitch ass Lang Zhang out here. Like, how does that even happen, right? When we're on the same day and our Lang Zhang does literally double damage than his. I don't know, fam. I don't know. But there's that crit. Who needs Crow's Nest when you got the big crits anyways? Who needs it? Who needs it? Oh, he had that rush as well. Got all the goods out here. All right, but yeah, we need to focus in on Crow's Nest. That's where we're really lacking. The build has popped off except for that, right? We have the Captain's Wheel to haste the Lang Zhang. The silencer is already turned up. Just that one item we really need.
I'm a people person.
All right, let's go to JJ. What you got? Nothing that we want. Don't appreciate that. I don't think we'll be fitting in Powder Flask. I'll occasionally just take a Powder Flask just to be speculative. Just kind of the idea that, if we accidentally slot in that item destroyer thing that we had earlier, then we have the ammo thing for it already, but I just don't think that's going to be the case today. All right, so we hit Barkham. How much can we sell if we really need to? We could come up with, say, like 7, 10. I don't want to sell Star Chart, but could get to 14 if we need it. Okay, let's take a roll. See if Crow's Nest turns up. We're at the large shop, so there's a decent chance. Didn't make it. And then out of these, nothing is really on theme here. I guess we'll just fight the Enclave Weeper. It's a little scary with the poison stacking and our lack of heal, but give it a shot. You say our crit's not quite strong enough either. You're not going to one-hit this guy. Get that, wasting all our good RNG again. Let's get out there and buy some lottery tickets today. All right, what do we got here? I'm a little interested in crit skills. The thing with Crow's Nest is Diamond, it only gives you that 80% crit. You need to crit literally 100% of the time with Lang Zhang. So you get pretty close with that plus Right Eye. So maybe that'll be good enough. The things that we could also be looking for out here would be, say, Aquatic Rush would be quite good. Aquatic Rushing the Captain's Wheel to then very quickly haste the Lang Zhang. I don't hate. And then anything that's going to do charges. Charges onto the weapons is quite strong as well. I think we just want to go to the gold tier skills here, though, if we're not going to be directly picking up trying to pick up a crit item. So Bloodhound can be decent. The first time your enemy falls below half health, each fight charge your items 3 seconds. The idea being is we get that first hit in with the Lang Zang. It doesn't get the kill, but it does take the opponent down to half health. Once they're at half health, then we immediately get this charge, and then it's pretty close to popping off again. I don't hate it. I'm a little bit worried as to what we'll pick up if we roll here. There's a ton of kind of garbagey things for our build. Like Lefty Lucy's not a garbage item. It just doesn't play spectacularly with what we're doing. And so with a lot of that kind of stuff turning up, I'm a little worried. But here, got to fight the monster. Wouldn't matter what the shop is. We've got our Lang Zang, and so it's critical to fight this thing. Another bummer with this, though, right? If we miss the crit on the first shot, we don't get that Bloodhound, and so... Right? See, we missed. We got to get the full charge on the Lang Zang. There's the half health. Didn't look like our item charged, though. Does it charge non-weapon items? Does it not actually charge our weapons? I think there's some stuff on here where they need to clean up the text. I thought I was watching it and I thought that it paid off, or it didn't pay off, but maybe it did. Or maybe it only hit our non-weapons. There's just places in the game where it says weapons, places where it says items, and then places where it says non-weapon items. And I'm a little concerned that the Bloodhound is only hitting our non-weapon items. I don't know. Maybe it was a bug or something. All right. Well, not really interested in going to the weapon shop. Just we only have the one item we can hit. Sure, we're not missing out on anything here. Sell the experience points, sure. All right, we'll try to keep better watch on the round. See if that Bloodhound pops or not. Yeah, I've got a Burn and Dooley out here. Did he just like? Missed the crit. I'm gonna say, did he just like lose every single round? He's already got lifesteal on his. Already got lifesteal on his thing. But yeah, you see, we hit him under half health and didn't get the charge. I watched our weapon. I didn't watch our items. Okay. Okay. I'm not reading this wrong, right? The first time your enemy falls below half health each fight, charge your items 3 seconds. Maybe it's just bugged. All right, but let's go to the aquatic items. We can find Crow's Nest in here. Nothing on the first shop. Nothing on the second. Big bummer. Get that level up. What you got for us? Ammo item, don't really want. I mean, I guess maybe we should be taking the loot items in the sense that if we hit like a feather, that would be a pretty big deal for our Lang Zang. So that looks good. Small and medium items should be okay. Don't think we want any of these. Don't want that powder flask. Star chart upgrade turns up.
I only sell things so I can buy things. Huge things.
Okay. Just gotta find that. Gotta find that crow's nest. But here we'll fight the thug. Finding Bonk is such a monumental big deal that we'll go for it. Something like spices isn't the worst. I would rather have spices than catfish out here. Getting that weakest damage onto your main weapon is so huge with Lang Zang.
I'm just trying to feed my family.
Fucking Bloodhound. I'd rather I'd rather have sick burn or whatever that burn thing was that only has like 5 charges now. But we did at least spike the bonk, you know. We got to get a high roll somewhere. We deserve it. So we'll take that. Taking the monster battle at every chance we get. Gladly go into this one. All right, I'm watching. Yeah, Bloodhound just doesn't do anything. I watched the captain's wheel this time. It must just be bugged. Who needs it, right? Who needs it?
We barely got our flags up.
All right, what's up here? Large item shop. Give me the good stuff. Crow's Nest. There we go. So let's sell off the catfish. I mean, dock lines is probably the one we want to remove. Now, it always feels awkward just having the captain's wheel hit the single item, but no, I think that'll be okay. Now what do we got? The option for poison or the random item enchant. This is the way the enchantment upgrades work now. You either get your choice of one or your choice of a random one. And I'm kind of uncertain how I feel with this. There's a couple of decent options here, right? I mean, just with the poison in general, if you hit with the Lang Zang, it's going to put 94 poison on the opponent, which, you know, it's a big number, but it's not what we're really trying to accomplish. We should be hitting the opponent. What will ideally have happen is what we talked about with Bloodhound, right? We'll hit the opponent once. It's going to take him down to like 25% health. We're going to have a bunch of stuff pop off that gives us cooldown reduction and stuff, and then we're going to hit him again for that second hit at a much faster rate. And the thing with poison is, like, we get that first hit in, we put a fuckload of poison on them, but like they should only be ticking for like 4 more seconds, and then the battle just ends. And so I don't think that there's a ton of value in going for like poison on this kind of item. So I think we're stuck with just the enchantment. I want to put it on Lang Zang. Like the way I look at this is there are some good ones. Like the enchantment that we really want is Deadly, and we want Deadly on Crow's Nest. If you're not familiar with that, it makes your critical strikes deal double damage. And so you get that 4x damage off the Lang Zang. It's going to hit for like 4k on a regular hit right now. And so that's the one we want. But if we're going to just be upgrading the Lang Zang here, like, I'm happy with Deadly. If we land Deadly on it, that's still fine. I'm happy with Radiant. And then, you know, if we land on Poison or Burn, that's, I guess, whatever. That would be kind of the same as just picking this one out here that was, you know, pretty mid. And then, like, Shield, probably not that bad. Heal would be useless. But I think the random enchant, just for the opportunity to maybe hit Radiant or something, feels decent. That looks like what we hit, right? Yeah. Can't be frozen, slowed, or destroyed. Okay. All right. Up against old Dooley.
Not to squabble with nobody.
Can we complain about Dooley after that last patch? Man, after after playing a day on Beast of Burden patch, I have no... that last patch with Dooley was just so much more fun and better. That Beast of Burden was fucking nonsense. Alright, hey, that was fun, right? Just one-shot him. Should have got more health, bro. Should have got more health. Alright, the Lang Zang hitting, the bonks working. You don't have to worry about that you don't have to worry about that Bloodhound not working if your opponent just immediately dies, and so glad to see that. We got the max health there. Let's just spin the Wheel of Yogg Saron out here. You know, I think this thing in general is pretty garbage, but you know, why not come out and take a gamble? No idea what this thing even is. Just get a random enchanted item.
Big winner. Now
Heavy lockbox. The first time you fall below half health, each fight slow 2 items.
everyone's favorite jackpot.
Not as exciting as I wanted that to be. Now with this, not a great set of shops. We'll go to the experience one up here. Cosmic Rock, we typically like. That's the one that has when you crit haste. Just not what our build is really looking to do today. Alright, man. Missed on a crit. Missed on another one. There's that KO.
See that plank? Walk it.
Alright, good stuff. So what do we got here? Probably just want the haste and charge skills. And anything that hastes, anything that charges. Oceanic Rush should be decent, right? It's not going to hit our Lang Zang right out the gates, but putting the haste on the Captain's Wheel and then the Captain's Wheel hitting the Lang Zang, pretty quick, right? That's still quick enough.
Don't travel from point A.
So I like it. Between the Bonk and the Aquatic Rush hitting the Captain's Wheel, that should be pretty strong this game. Now here, I guess we're starting to get to gumball time. So that stuff we're never going to use. Sorry, Sniper Rifle, not today. Gumball's not particularly exciting, but we got a ton of money, right? Get a little bit of crit, a little bit of damage, a little bit of health. Is it worth 10 gold? Probably not. But we're rolling. We're rolling in the cash now. Take the more experience points here. And we'll just sell the rest of these off. I'm not going to sit around and try and wait on a perfect shop. Where are we at? 79% crit. Level
You
10
should know,
opponent.
I'm a bit of a legend.
That last duel he had little health. I think we were the same level. And he had pretty much no health. And so 25 hundy on this guy. He's going to get a barrier at the beginning as well. Look at that. The captain's wheel almost immediately activates, drops that sweet haste on our Lang Zang. Ideally, it would have been charged 3. But the game's broken. Why do we even play it? And crushed on through. Crushed on through, just like Patrick Mahomes is going to do this weekend, right? It's about to be Super Bowl time. I hope it's good. It's not even that fun to watch anymore. It's just stressful. Like I've got a less investment in it. Like your team getting that first win is such a huge deal. With the Chiefs have gotten to the Super Bowl and won so many times now that it just doesn't have that same flair of specialness to it. Ooh, Diamond Lang Zang, beautiful. And so it's like I of course want them to win. I'd love to see them win. But if they lose, it's kind of like, yeah. I mean, we've already won so many here recently that it's not that big of a deal. But crashing on through like old Patty Mahomes. What we're bringing to the table here. Now with this, this is one of these times I wish I had one of those mods, or they would tell us just everything that was in the battle. I think Blood Reef Captain has a gold crow's nest, and so if we go there, we're not going to get the upgrade off of it. Let me see if I can't find that real quick.